live. The thought pulsed with a light and warmth which partially offset the chill, vertiginous pit which threatened to open wider inside him and consume him. The pit. Saul had seen the pit. With the others, he had shoveled cold clods of black soil over the warm bodies, some still writhing, a child feebly moving its arm as if waving to a welcoming relative in a train station or stirring in its sleep, shoveled the dirt and spread the lime from bags too heavy to lift, while the SS guard sat dangling his legs over the edge of the pit, his hands soft and white on the black steel barrel of the machine pistol, a piece of plaster on his rough cheek where he had cut himself shaving, the cut already healing, while naked white forms stirred feebly as Saul poured dirt into the pit, his eyes red-rimmed from the cloud of lime hanging like a chalky fog in the winter air. I will live. Saul concentrated on the strength of that cadence and ignored his shaking limbs. 2 levels above him, a man sobbed in the night. Saul could feel the lice crawling up his arms and legs as they sought the center of his fading warmth. He curled into a tighter ball, understanding the imperative which drove the vermin, responding to the same mindless, illogical, incontestable command to continue. The stone dropped deeper into the azure depths. Saul could make out the rough letters as he balanced on the edge of sleep. I will live. Saul's eyes snapped open as a thought chilled him more deeply than did the wind whistling through the ill-fitted window frames. It was the 3rd Thursday of the month. Saul was almost sure it was the 3rd Thursday. They came on the 3rd Thursday. But not always. Perhaps not this Thursday. Saul pulled his forearms in front of his face and curled into an even tighter fetal position. He was almost asleep when the barracks door crashed open. There were 5 of them, 2 Waffen SS guards with submachine guns, a regular army non-com, Lieutenant Schaffner, and a young Oberst whom Saul had never seen before. The Oberst had a pale Aryan face with a strand of blonde hair falling across his brow. Their hand torches played over the rows of shelf-like bunks. Not a man stirred. Saul could feel the silence as 85 skeletons held their breath in the night. He held his breath. The Germans took 5 strides into the barracks, the cold air billowing ahead of them, their massive forms silhouetted against the open door, while their breath hung in icy clouds around them. Saul pulled himself even deeper into the brittle straw. "Do!" came the voice. The torch beam had fallen on a capped and striped figure crouched in the depths of a lower bunk 6 rows from Saul. "Komm, schnell!" When the man did not move, the SS guards dragged him roughly into the aisle. Saul heard bare feet scraping on the floor. "Du, raus!" And again, "Du!" Now 3 Musselmen stood like weightless scarecrows before the massive silhouettes. The procession stopped 4 bunks from Saul's row. The SS guards turned away to play their lights up and down the center row of bunks. Red eyes reflected back like startled rats staring from half-opened coffins. I will live. For the first time, it was a prayer rather than an imperative. They had never taken more than 4 men from a single barracks. "Du!" The man with the hand torch had turned and was shining the light full in Saul's face. Saul did not move. He did not breathe. The universe consisted of the back of his own hand, centimeters in front of his face. The skin there was white, grub white, and flaking in spots. The hairs on the back of his hand were very dark. Saul stared at them with a deep sense of awe. The torch beam made the flesh of his hand and arm seem almost transparent. He could see the layers of muscle, the elegant pattern of tendons, the blue veins softly pulsing to the wild beating of his heart. "Du, raus!" Time slowed and pivoted. All of Saul's life, every second, every ecstasy and banal forgotten afternoon had led to this instant, this intersection. Saul's lips cracked open in a mirthless grin. He had long ago decided that they would not take him into the night. They would have to kill him here in front of the others. If nothing else, he would dictate